The Last Airbender was once entitled Avatar, The Last Airbender, and of course they changed that name given the James Cameron success. But The Last Airbender is an adaptation of the Japanese animation that was called Avatar, and it deals with a young man by the name of Aang, who is the last of his kind. He's trained and able to bend all of the elements. He's an airbender, but he also is going to be able to bend earth and to bend water and to eventually bend fire. And when he was asked to take his place as the Avatar, he ran away. And that left the world sort of in chaos. And the Fire Nation was able to come in and take over. And now, 100 years later, Aang returns, and the world is a much different place.
I don't know about you, but I'm not really interested in whether this is faithful to the TV show or the anime or whatever, but as a movie, did it work for you?
No, it didn't, and it's really kind of sad. The Last Airbender is a real miss, and the problem is that it's real corny, and it feels like it's adapted from a comic book, or from a Saturday morning cartoon. It's got to be the most expositive film I've seen in some time. The movie starts with a narration and a written narration. So you can read it and you can hear the little girl say it. And then we get narration as interior monologue, then we get dialogue, and then we get people who say, instead of emoting, they say, "I feel sad." You know, and it's just over and over and over again, and it felt at times like it was written by a 10-year-old. And I felt really bad because this is how M. Night Shyamalan writes. It's often very stilted and awkward, and when he's at his best, we get Unbreakable, and when he's not, we get The Last Airbender. And unfortunately, that's the thing. The biggest failing of the movie is that it has gambled on 3 films. It's told us this is #1, so I'm afraid that they have pulled a golden compass.
Yeah.
And it's Jumper didn't feel totally incomplete, even though Jumper was an awfully bad movie.
Yeah.
It didn't feel incomplete. This one feels completely unsettled. I can't imagine someone wanting to greenlight the sequel on this, because I don't think it's going to overcome Twilight this weekend, and unless it has massive international box office, which unfortunately is going to suffer because of the race decisions in casting.
Okay, I think I know the answer, but did you get your fix with Last Airbender?
No, I didn't. Last Airbender will work for kids. It's bloodless. It's not completely and utterly without a moral. So I didn't get my fix, but I think there is an audience, and it may be 10, 11-year-olds. So unfortunately, no, I didn't get my fix. Is it a career killer for M. Night Shyamalan? It's a career crippler, and his movies have gotten worse and worse.
And this comes after The Happening, which I thought was the most unintentionally hilarious movie of that year.
Seem to agree with you.
I think that crippled his career. I wonder what this will do to it.
This one, of course, has to be the biggest budget he's ever had. The addition of 3D made absolutely no difference, and it's just a shame because it's an obvious money grab. So
again, another movie that does that.
That's right. Well, Jeff, we're here at Vinyl. We're about to enjoy the Fat Boy Chronicles after party, and remember, you can always join Jeff and I on the web at dailyfilmfix.com, where you can feed your movie addiction.